So this is example question B4 from the Why is the Grand Canyon So Grand lab. This question builds on B1 through B3, which asked about the rates of incision and rates of widening of the Grand Canyon between the north and the south rim. So the question will go something like this. How do the rates of widening compare to the rates of incision in the area between the north and south points that you measured? So essentially what you're going to be doing is finding the rate of incision on the north rim and the south rim, and the rates of widening, on the north rim between the north rim and the Colorado River, and the Colorado River and the south rim, and compare them. So which one is going faster and by how much? So this is an example question from the PDF. To be very clear, these values are nothing like what you'll be measuring, but the process is exactly the same. So let's say that on the north rim over here, we have the south rim over here, let's say that the rate of incision on the north side, on the north rim, is 15 meters per 1,000 meters. And on the south rim, the rate of incision is 12 meters per 1,000 years. And the rate of widening between the Colorado River and the north rim is going to be, let's say, 3 meters per 1,000 years. And the rate of widening between the Colorado River and the south rim is 2 meters per 1,000 years. Notice that this rate is in meters per 1,000 years. I believe in this line of questioning, the B1, B2, B3, B4, your rates are going to be centimeters per century. So make sure you have your units right. This is just an example question. So the question is asking, how do the rates of widening over here compare to the rates of incision, which we have over here? So to directly compare them, we can just divide. So first off, let's do the north rim. So north rim rates. Incision, we know it's 15 meters per 1,000 years. 15 meters per 1,000 years. And widening, we know widening, it's 3 meters per 1,000 years. So how do these compare? Well, this one's 15 meters per 1,000 years. This is 3 meters per 1,000 years. They're both in the same units, meters per 1,000 years. So we can directly compare them. And thank goodness we have pretty easy numbers here. We can see that the rates of incision are 5 times as fast as the rates of widening. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So we know there's a difference of 5 times. Now let's do the south rim. Exact same process. South rim rates. Incision. Widening. We know the rate of incision on the south rim is 12 meters per 1,000 years. The rate of widening is 2 meters per 1,000 years. Units are the same. We can directly compare them, and we can say that the rate of incision is 6 times as high as the rate of widening, 12 versus 2. So 6 times faster. So, to answer our question, how do the rates of widening compare to the rates of incision in the area between the north and south points that you measure? Well, they compare in that the rates of incision are between 5 and 6 times faster than the rates of widening. Once again, to reiterate, these are example numbers. This is directly from the PDF. The numbers that you will be measuring are much different than this, but this video shows the process that you will follow to answer question B4 in the Why is the Grand Canyon So Grand lab.